that one hurt to have to say almost, because I'm guilty. See, to entirely subject is to say every part of me and my being will be subject to your will. Every part. That means you cannot reserve a small crevice in your brain, in the back, in the medulla oblongata, for you to practice whatever shenanigans you want to practice. He said, I want that too. See, this is how the enemy works. He knows that if you give 99% of your mind to the Lord, but you give 1% to him, he's okay with that. He'll take that 1% because he knows that if he gets his foot in the door, eventually he will work his whole body in and take over. It's like a rat that gets his nose through a hole. If a rat gets his nose through a hole, it will work his whole body into the house, into that hole. Same thing with the enemy. And so the Lord wants us to totally submit everything in his will. To commit ourselves to a state of voluntary, loving, confiding servitude. So now, voluntary, meaning you don't have to love God. You can choose not to. But hopefully, you choose to love him when you find out he's lovable. When you find out that he loves you more than you love yourself. Now, isn't that amazing? For him to love us more than we love us. When you look at the abuse that we give to ourselves sometimes. You know, and the Lord is going, I would never even do that to you. Why would you do something like that to yourself? We are knuckleheads, man. And so the Lord wants us to give our complete self to him. To commit ourselves to universal obedience to Christ, from love to him, sympathy with him, and confidence in him. So now you look at the relationship of the master and the servant. You look at the relationship that the Lord wants to have when he says, I will put my yoke upon you if you accept it. He's talking about everything about me I want you to submit yourself to. That means if I would treat a person in love and kindness, I want you to do that. If I would be... All right, Jesus' yoke is easy. So Christ's yoke is easy because it is love's yoke. See, that's what you have to understand. I didn't understand this concept growing up because my mom, I thought, was hating on my life. I thought my dad was hating on my life. When they would tell me, son, don't run the streets late at night, it's dangerous. Man, you don't understand. I'm almost grown, I'm 16. I can stay out to 4. I don't see what the problem is. And I did it. And he would say, hey, look, man, you keep doing that, you got to go. Oh, Dad. I didn't understand when he found out that my dumb butt was carrying pistols and stuff. And he said, son, why are you doing that? You going to get caught by the police? Yeah, whatever, Dad. Until, woo. My daddy used to say. I didn't understand when my dad said, son, why are you listening to that loud car music? At some point, your ears are going to be damaged. And I said, Dad, you don't understand because you're old. Turned it up, big knob too, to make sure you put it right in front of his face to let him know. And sure enough, now I'm like, what? And I'm going, why didn't I listen to Papa? Yeah, I didn't understand all these things because I thought that they was just doing it because they was old and shriveled up and they no longer had fun. Therefore, they wanted to step on my fun. And now I'm able to see that it was done out of love. All those things he was saying, son, don't do it. Even the whoopings that my mom gave me, when you think back on them, they was out of love. They was to correct me. Whoopings kept me out the penitentiary, man. It showed me you can't do what you want to do without some type of consequence. It upsets me when I see a parent won't whoop a kid. I'm perturbed. I want to step in and do what they won't do. I saw a kid one time, I was working at Aldi's. I was the manager at Aldi's. And this lady, man, she was a Caucasian lady. And this is what I really like. You know, we got this stereotype that Caucasian people don't whoop their kids. Well, she broke that stereotype. She was sitting there, and she said, oh, my God, where's my daughter? No, it was her son. She's like, where's my son? And so she's like, so everybody stop, my son's missing. So, you know, we stopped, the whole store shut down. We all running around looking for her son. She's like, oh, my God, where's my son? Call 911. We about to call 911. My man came out from underneath the little slide doors laughing. I was hiding. Ran up on him, and we was like, uh-oh. Spitting and getting all around here. And we was all like, bravo. We loved it. I was like, about time I get to see a public beating. I've been waiting on one for a long catch you on YouTube whooping your kid, you go to jail. You know? But the point is, she spanked his tail and it was well deserved. This was before cell phone era and all that. YouTube wasn't out. She got away with that one. And not one person, this kid needs to learn you don't do stuff like that. And so he had to catch a beat down. In the midst, she took him from one emotion to the next because he was in the middle of smiling too. Yeah, emotional scale was all over the place. You know? So it was done out. Now I know he probably thought, man, you killing me. But that was done out of love, because if she don't do that, he will continue to practice that behavior. That's like your child running out in the street after a ball. And you just say, no, Johnny, don't do it. They don't understand why not to do that. They don't understand a car is 2,000 pounds and you're about 50. They don't understand that. And so when you spank them, they do understand that. They're like, whoa, I related pain to running out the street. Therefore, I won't do that. Now, as they get older, in the concept of why the parent spanked them, hits them, like, man, they were keeping me from danger. Now, all of a sudden, you can appreciate that spanking you took when you wanted to run out and dart out in the street. And so it's the same thing with the Lord. His yoke is easy because it's a yoke of love. It is goodwill universally to us. So now, when the Lord yokes us up, when he puts that yoke on us, he has good intentions. He's not sitting back plotting and getting some type of sadistic feeling from controlling us. He's not sitting back going, watch me go on a power trip just so I can have all these. He's going, man, I have nothing but your best interest in mind. You can't say that any human being in the world has that. I mean, we love people, we give them credit for what they do for us, but you can't say that 100% of the time, everything they do is with your best intent in mind. Even good people make selfish and bad choices when it comes to other people. But you never have to worry about that with the Lord. Never do you have to question his motive when he sends a test or a trial your way. Never do you have to sit back and say, well, Lord, what were you thinking when you did it? You know, all you do is to say, Lord, though you slay me, yeah, well, I trust whatever you put on me is all great. It's all good. All right? And so, every requirement is imposed upon us for our own good and the highest good of the great family of which we are members. Christ's will is never arbitrary, never capricious. That is, yeah, it's big words. Never selfish, requires nothing of us at any time without the strictest reference to our own highest good. So he's not selfish, it's nothing of that nature. It is all good when it comes to him. So his yoke is easy, meaning he's carved it out before he places it on us. He didn't sit back and say, let me throw anything on them so they can feel it. I don't want them to have any abrasion. I want them to see the difference from living in the world and living in Christ. I want them to feel how smooth and peaceful it is. When you give your life to Christ and you wake up in the morning feeling good, you're feeling clean, you're feeling restored, you're feeling anointed, you're feeling protected, you're feeling safe, you're feeling empowered, you're feeling loved. All of these things make you go, his yoke is easier than waking up going, who wants a piece of me today? Who, I got to look over my shoulder for so-and-so. Oh, how am I going to get $1 today? I might have to make a move. I might have to make something happen. Waking up feeling depressed. Waking up feeling angry. Waking up feeling bitter. All of that other stuff. That's the devil's yoke. He don't put that yoke on you and carve it and make sure it fits nice. He just throw anything on you. But when the Lord puts it on you, it's smooth and it's easy and it makes you feel good. All right, so flip it. The power of two. So now we're talking about the Lord's yoke. We talked about him putting his yoke on us. But now look at us together. How do we function and work together as Christians? Two Christians working together can be extremely powerful. Look at Matthew 18, 19 and 20. It says, again, I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask it, be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. So now we see just two people working together on one accord. They can open up the windows of heaven and God will hear them. He will pour down a blessing. If you say bind it up down here, the heaven will say, hey, we got the message. Bind it, pass it along. You know, if you say loose it, then hey, loose, and it's loose. And so, you see now, just two people have that much power. Flip it. Being together with our brothers and sisters in Christ means being on one accord with one mind. Meaning this, as we are bonded and yoked together, there is no competition. Being yoked together. Imagine if the one ox is like, man, I'm about to show you how to really pull this I'm gonna get my jog on. And the other ox is like, hold up. You trying to show everybody how sweet and how powerful and fast you are, but I'm trying to get the job done right. And you trying to just show off. Now all of a sudden, everything is messed up. The job doesn't work. Nothing goes smooth because one person is all about competition. No egos. Can't have egos when it comes down to in Christ and being yoked together with your brothers and sisters. No one threatened by the other's gifts. If you can preach, more power to you. I mean, people are funny, man. They see you got a gift, they might be like, I ain't going to let you get up and say nothing because you might overshadow me. Stuff like that. You know, you can blow, but they're like, nah, just sing in the shower. Praise God wherever you are. You know, in your car. That's your gift. You got a car mission. So, no, not threatened by the other's gift. No hidden agendas. No unresolved conflicts. Man, can you imagine the two oxes pulling together, looking at each other like, yeah, you're going to do this over, man. I'm going to do what? What you want to do something now? I mean, they're in the middle of the field trying to work it, but they keep stopping and arguing and fighting instead of resolving. You know how much that slows down progress? I mean, if the church got on one accord and put all that stuff aside, progress would speed up. Amen. However, when they stop and bitterly fight against each other and bicker, it slows down progress. Single mind to serve Christ. That's being yoked together. Having one mind to serve Christ. Meaning if my objective is to serve the Lord and yours is too, we can't lose, man. We are the dynamic duo. Robin never tried to overshadow Batman. And Batman never disrespected Robin. Robin, shut up. You just, Robin, you my sidekick. You don't know what you're doing. Robin understood as together they work more powerfully. Batman and Robin. Yeah, man. All right, flip it. Look at that. Being yoked with unbelievers. Now look at that ox right there. Does the one standing up look comfortable? No. He looked rather miserable. In fact, the other one on the ground looked like he's still in it. But the one standing up like, man, if you don't get off, either that, what's going to happen? Either he's going to lay down with the other one, you know, or it's going to put so much stress on him, he's not going to be able to function right. You can't have one laying down and one standing up. They're not equally yoked, even though they're the same animal. Now that's tricky. See, we're not talking about hooking up an ox with a camel. We're talking about two oxes. So now, this can apply to Christians sometimes. If you're in a relationship or you're yoked up, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, friends, or whatever, and one person wants to lay down spiritually, and the other person is trying to pull you along, it's